Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Yue Eats. I'm Yue, and yeah, I am in Chicago, Illinois. I'm still here. I'm actually gonna leave soon. I'm actually flying out tomorrow to go to a wedding in St. Louis of a college friend of mine. But before I go back, I can't leave Chicago until I eat deep dish pizza. And yeah, deep dish pizza, you know, everyone's heard of it, everyone knows it. They have Pizzeria Uno in I think most states at this point, so maybe everyone is at least familiar with it even if they haven't had it, or maybe they've had it. But really, it's hard to find a good quality and authentic deep dish pizza, you know, outside of Chicago. And I want to try the two biggest deep dish chains here, one behind me, Giordano's, and the other, Lou Malnati's. I guess I should clarify. I mean, Giordano's I think is technically not deep dish. I think Giordano's is actually technically stuffed pizza, and I actually never noticed that. You know, when I lived in Chicago, I've had Giordano's and I've had Lou Malnati's. Yeah, it even says there on their sign, famous stuffed pizza, and I never noticed that. Actually, my friend who I'm staying at his place while here, he actually brought this to my attention, and even when I was living in Chicago, I didn't know this distinction, that Giordano's is actually stuffed pizza and not deep dish, and there is a distinction. So basically, deep dish technically only has one layer of dough at the bottom, and then all the toppings go on top. That's what deep dish is. Stuffed pizza technically has two layers of dough, and then all those wonderful deep dish, you know, fillings or toppings. You know, the heavy layer of cheese, the sauce, and any toppings go in the middle. So Giordano's is technically stuffed pizza and not deep dish. But I think for the purpose of this video, I think people don't often know that distinction. Let me know any Chicago viewers of mine. I even feel like a lot of Chicagoites. Is that what you say, Chicagoite? Chicago natives and residents? I even feel like a lot of people in Chicago don't necessarily know that and just kind of say deep dish colloquially to refer to any similar style of pizza. So I'm gonna say deep dish for this video, you know, just to caveat that. So yeah, this is our first stop today here, Giordano's, and yeah, like I said, I used to live in Chicago at one point many years ago, and I've had both Giordano's and Lou Malnati's. I knew a lot of people who were really opinionated about liking Lou Malnati's the best, but to be honest, I'll just admit my personal leaning, at least back then, I was always more of a Giordano's guy. So I always felt like Giordano's, I don't know, I liked the flavor of the crust more. I like the texture of the cheese. I don't know, I like the ratios of everything. I certainly see the appeal of Lou Malnati. I can see why many people prefer it to Giordano's, but I used to like Giordano's more back then. That was at least my preference back then. But of course, that was a long time ago. That was many, many years ago, and my memory's faded, and I haven't had either since. Like, I haven't had a good Chicago deep dish pizza. No, there's actually a solid place in New York in the West Village, but I haven't had a solid, authentic Chicago deep dish here in Chicago in many, many, many years now, since I used to live here. So let's rectify that. Let's try it, and yeah, let's try Giordano's first, see if it still is better than Lou Malnati, and take it from there. So if I can find the entrance, I think it's that way actually. So let's dine, why don't we? Thank you. They told me to head upstairs. More of these Empire Strikes Back stairs. The Force is with you, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet. Can I get your ship out? Yoda, you seek Yoda. Did you do him, Mary? All right, right, guys, so I am now inside of Giordano's. So I was hoping they would let me sit on the first floor because the first floor is definitely a lot more stylish, definitely a lot more unique, I feel like. Looks really, really cool the way it's decorated. You know, very iconic Chicago vibes. The second floor kind of looks more like a generic space, like kind of like a, you know, like a generic cafe or something, but that's okay. I mean, as long as I have somewhere to eat, and the lighting's also pretty decent here. And yeah, so I actually already ordered because the deep dishes here take a long time to cook. Now, if you're not familiar with deep dish, you know, many people think that pizzas usually cook very fast, which is true for most pizzas. New York pizzas are thin crust, so they cook really fast, like maybe like 10 minutes at most. Probably less than that, to be honest. And then like the fancy Neapolitan pizzas cooked in like wood-fired ovens and like coal-fired ovens, those cook in like, you know, just like a minute or two, like just in and out. You know, you just wanna blast it with heat, get some great crust and color, and then retain the softness of the inside. While Chicago deep dish, as you know, Chicago deep dish is basically like a pie. Like it's chock full of like so many ingredients, like so many fillings, so much cheese, so much cheese and so many toppings that it really takes a while to cook, like at least 40 minutes. So I just went in and I quickly ordered just to, you know, just to save time. But no worries, I have stuff to do while I wait. I have my laptop here so I can edit some of my prior vids, so it's not gonna be wasted time at all. But I gotta say that the people here, incredibly friendly. They're so friendly. Like the service is, at least at this location, is so friendly and warm. And I saw that they have an open kitchen, like they have a glass showing that their inner workings. And I said, oh hey, you mind if I get some footage of them making the pizzas? They said, oh yeah, go ahead, take as many pictures or photos as you want, or videos as you want. They're not bothered, they're happy to be recorded. I mean, just look at how friendly they are. So anyways, let's take a look at the menu real quick. And yeah, this place, Giordano's, world famous since 1974. And we've had this discussion before. I feel like world famous is so subjective, but I think this place is actually world famous, and not like, you know, just a few people in the world have heard of it, so they can say they're world famous. But yeah, look at that cheese stretch there. Good photography skills. I doubt mine's gonna be that perfect, but yeah, who knows, right? Anyways. So I was curious about this lunch special, but I don't think this lunch special, I don't think we're gonna do it because even though it is very cheap, for less than 15 bucks, you get a main course and you get a side. I actually saw somebody order this, and the deep dish was really, really small. I actually saw someone order this, and I saw that it's really small, just 6 inches. He said, the server said that this is 10 inches, so a 6 inch is only gonna be like that big, really, really small, and I think for the video and the thumbnail, we want something better looking. But anyways, here, just showing you what else they got here. Choose your main. Who's your main? Is your main Pikachu? Is your main Mario or Mr. Game & Watch? My main is Captain Falcon. You know, like your main Super Smash Brothers. Anyways, oh, joking aside for their mains, yeah, they got a, deep dish, they got thin crust. They actually have Italian beef here, as well as some other sandwiches like chicken parm. And yeah, so yeah, you get a side as well, like fries and a salad and whatnot. And yeah, these desserts, I guess this is just their dessert section. And these are not really part of the lunch special. It looks like it's just, you know, there's separate prices for these. But yeah, just showing you what they got. And then just showing you everything here. They got their sampler platter here with a bunch of appetizers, fried apps, well, bruschetta, but also like chicken nuggets and whatnot, and like mozzarella triangles. And then bruschetta, garlic bread, calamari. Tina's a big fan of calamari. Whenever she sees it on the menu, she wants to get it. Mozzarella triangles. I wonder if that's gonna be kind of similar a little bit to toasted ravioli in St. Louis, where we're stopping next. Chicken nuggets, chicken wings, a lot of standard, you know, almost like bar food kind of things. And then they got their salads here. You know, actually, while we wait, I think we might get a salad just because not only are we going to be doing work, but it might help to have something to nibble on while we wait for our pizza. So Italian salad, the Giordano house salad. Actually, this Italian salad doesn't look healthy at all. It's got like pepperoni and salami and whatnot in it, so I guess it's tasty but not necessarily healthy. Caesar salad, a chopped salad with chicken. Ooh, Chicago original. I didn't know that chopped salad was a thing with chicken in Chicago, so guess we'll give this a try. Then a Greek salad, Little Italy ranch salad, and soup is just their soup of the day, so I guess just any leftover ingredients they want to dispose of. And then over to the sandwiches, you know, we saw some of these already on the lunch menu, like, you know, meatball sub, Peyton Manning's favorite, chicken parm, you taste so good. Yeah, so, yeah, we got some of these, Italian beef, of course. I'm sure the Italian beef here is solid compared to most Italian beefs in the world, but probably don't want to come here for Italian beef. It's probably not their specialty. And then these are their Italian pastas, so, you know, all standard Italian-American pastas, spaghetti, lasagna, you know, fettuccine Alfredo, chicken parm with spaghetti, country-style rigatoni, and yeah. And then to the middle here, their deep dish. So yeah, they got a ton of preset options. Most things very meat-heavy, a lot of heavy meats, cured meats too, like sausage, pepperoni, and whatnot. So not the healthiest thing. I mean, even if you get the veggie-focused ones, those are actually going to be more, you know, covered in so much cheese that kind of like dilutes any nutritional value. And just keep in mind, if you ever order deep dish, if you never had it, very expensive because they're very huge. Lots of toppings, lots of cheese, lots of dough. I mean, one person can probably only eat like 2 maybe. Yeah, maybe 3 if you're very hungry, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's probably too many calories, but yeah. And then here's their pan pizza here, which I presume is kind of like the Pizza Hut pan pizza, like the buttery pan pizzas. And then thin crust. Actually, a lot of people think of Chicago, they think of they think of a deep dish, but Chicago actually has a thriving thin crust culture. And you may have heard the term tavern-style pizza, which is all the rage across the country these days. Although I gotta say, it's a shame that these prices are not so much different from the deep dish prices. I mean, deep dish being expensive is a little bit more understandable, but thin crust being like 25 bucks for a 12-inch, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, in New York, like, even in New York, for 25 bucks, it would at least be 16 inches. That's just complete robbery there. But they got the same exact toppings here, same exact, very, very similar preset selections, if not, you know, very little difference, if any. So we wound up just doing a build your own because we're doing here and Lou Malnati. So we're gonna get the same thing at both to fairly compare them. So we're gonna do a build your own deep dish. We did 12-inch with sausage and mushroom. That's a good Chicago combination here. So yeah, showing you the toppings at the bottom, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. So now let's wait for our food and do some work. Oh, excuse me. I changed my mind. Can I actually get a salad just while I wait? Yeah, I guess I'll do the, would you recommend the house salad or the chopped salad with chicken?
Ooh, chopped salad.
Oh, okay, let's do that. Just a starter is good enough.
For sure, man.
Thank you.
Don't take too long, all right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you want to keep one of these?
Yeah, let me keep this. All right, so the chopped salad with chicken has arrived. So yeah, let's just dig into this. I mean, it's actually a very beautiful looking salad. I mean, it's mixed so it's mixed and tossed so thoroughly that it's almost like you get like a little bit of everything in one bite. Although the chicken's all to one side. I wonder if that's intentional, if you want to control how much you intake. But it's very beautiful. Like it almost looks like almost looks like a beautiful mosaic of colors. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. So let's try to get a little bit of everything on one bite. So got some chicken, got some onion, got some tomato, got a little bit of everything. So, all right. Oh, that was way better than I expected. It's not overdressed. It's not, you know, it's not like showing up to a semi-formal wedding in like a tuxedo. And I get it, overdressed. Anyways, it's not too much dressing. The dressing tastes good, and there's more flavor. There's more savory flavor than I thought. Yeah, I mean, every bite is just a mix of so many different flavors, from the onion, from the chicken, from the little bits of pasta, and the dressing, and on top of that, something else, something more savory. I think this is bacon? Is this bacon or like nuts or something? Pieces that are like kind of like savory, a little sweet. Wow, I mean, I really dig this. Actually, I still have the menu. Let me look at it. Let me see if there's something in there that I didn't see when I ordered it. Yeah, it's bacon. I was right, it is bacon. So that bacon is a great touch. Like it adds like a, you know, some savoriness, some crisp as well. A little bit of welcome oiliness too. And guys, I'm glad he recommended this because this is, the server recommended this because this is actually one of the most satisfying salads I've eaten in a while. Like every bite is like a perfect mix of everything. So, wow. Delicious. So, anyways, let's do some work while we wait for the pizza. All right, guys, the long wait is over, and our pizza is here, and yeah, it's looking pretty beautiful. I think we made the right call settling for deciding to pivot to a larger size. All right, so this here is our Giordano's deep dish. Well, you know, technically this is a stuffed pizza, similar concept. So it's looking pretty good. Look at that. Oh, look, actually, it does actually have a pretty decent cheese stretch. Look at that. Oh, yeah, you know, yeah, maybe it wasn't just like a CGI or whatever they used there. But yeah, take a look at this. It is very pie-like. I do think of a deep dish as being kind of like a pizza pie, literally. Like you're eating like a pizza, like you're eating like a pie, but filled with like pizza ingredients in this case, and definitely has more of like a pie texture, like the crust, compared to normal pizza, like New York style. A characteristic of a deep dish pizza is that like there's a bottom dough layer, and then the toppings kind of go on top, but like in reverse order. Like the sauce is usually on top, unlike in New York style where the cheese is on top and the sauce is on the bottom. So in this case, I guess they stuffed the cheese in between the layers of dough for stuffed pizza and also the toppings, but they still put the sauce on top. So anyways, let's give this guy a try. Oh, how high will this go? Oh, we better not lift it higher. I don't want it to fall and make a mess, and then I'm gonna get kicked out of here. Yeah, they won't let me back in Chicago after that. So anyways. All right. I don't get all the hate for Chicago deep dish style pizza. I don't know why so many people are opinionated about hating it so much. It's delicious. Like, don't knock it till you try it. I mean, whether this is pizza or not, who cares? If it's delicious, that's all that matters, right? So, anyways, let's grab a bite of this. People tend to eat these with forks and knives, but I like to pick them up when I'm able to. So, cheers, guys.
Good, my friend?
Oh, very good. Very good. Pretty good. Let me try another bite of that. It's almost like a little too fresh, I feel like. Like it tastes good, but it's almost a little too fresh. I'll explain why. Go in for a second bite. Whoop. That's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as I remember. Like I think when I lived here back in the day, when I had it, I think I remember liking it more, but it's still pretty good. Let's break it down. I think one thing that's probably hurting this a little bit is that it came to me like fresh from the oven, piping hot, but I think it's almost a little too fresh. Like, I mean, the cheese is a little too melted, I feel like. Like, for me, I think Chicago deep dish is at its best when it's cooled down a little bit, just like when you want a pie to cool down, ironically. But it's cooled down a little bit where the cheese has slightly coagulated and settled down a little bit, because in that case, when you're eating this, it kind of adds more texture. Like kind of like when you eat like, you know, like mozzarella sticks, you know? Not mozzarella sticks, like those string cheeses, you know? When you were a kid, when you ate those string cheeses, or even today, I still love string cheese even today, but you know how they kind of have like a bit of a rubbery texture? Not in a bad way, but like, you know, like some a tooth feel to them. So I think when deep dish is like that, that's when it's at its best, because that more solidified cheese, that more coagulated cheese becomes bouncier and adds like texture, I think. While in this case, because it's still rather melted, the whole thing becomes kind of soft and more, you know, it's still not bad, but yeah, the texture suffers a little bit. One thing I remember though from before is that I remember the sauce being a little bit sweeter then. I feel like the sauce was definitely more sweet, a little more flavorful. Now the sauce tastes a little bit generic, like kind of like it's from a can. And don't get me wrong, canned tomatoes are not necessarily bad. Like, in fact, a lot of restaurants use good quality, like canned, like San Marzano tomatoes, you know, even imported from Italy. But this doesn't really taste like a good quality canned tomato. It kind of tastes sort of like a, like a cheaper generic brand of canned tomatoes. Like, if I can be honest, they kind of taste sort of like something you can get at like Jewel Osco, like you know, like your very cheap like $2 can of canned tomatoes. So yeah, not great. But let's take a bite from the crust before we move on. Okay, luckily, the crust is still good. The crust is still exactly as I remembered it. It's, you know, it's crispy, like, it really is like a good pie crust in a way. Like, it's crispy, you know, flaky, soft on the inside, like a mix between a pie crust and like a delicious, crunchy, yet soft breadstick. And it's also like just ever so slightly sweet. Like, it has like a sweet flavor, so yeah, the crust is wonderful. Like, I really like the crust here. So guys, I mean, this is still enjoyable, but it's not quite as good as I remembered. And unfortunately, there's not quite enough sausage on the inside, which I paid extra for. I mean, look, there's even hardly any sausage in the first half. It's all at the end, and even when I did eat it, I could barely taste it under everything. So anyways, we're gonna eat a little of this, probably finish the salad, balance out my nutrition on this trip, and then we're gonna head to Lou Malnati's next. So see you there at Lou Malnati's. All right, guys, so we're really close to Lou Malnati now, and yeah, we're actually right by the beautiful Chicago River, and we're actually not far either from the Magnificent Mile, also known as the Mag Mile. Technically Michigan Avenue. It's you know, it's the most poppin' street in Chicago, in downtown Chicago at least. And I always like Chicago in terms of its beauty. I mean, it's such a beautiful city, really. Yeah. Anyways, right around here is Lou Malnati, and we have our leftovers from Giordano, and ooh, I only ate one slice, so we have most of the pizza intact, and this guy is heavy, man. I told you, like, it might look like an expensive price, like 30 bucks or 28 bucks, but you get a ton of food. This is gonna last you a while. Ooh, I mean, this is so heavy that I could use it for like shot put or something. I could go like, what do they do? Whoa. No, I'm not gonna toss it. But anyways, as much as I'd love to hang out here and spend a while just gazing at the beautiful view, let's go to Lou Malnati. I mean, the show must go on. We're not here to hang out or to sightsee. We're here to review both of the top pizza chains in Chicago. So Lou Malnati, let's go. Yep, I think we're here. Lou Malnati. So let's enter. Oh, oops. This might not be the right entrance. We'll see if they'll let me in. Yeah.
Not to mention, they hate our house.
Yeah, my marmers are really big on
So our first
All right, I'm ready. Since I know it'll take a while, so I'll just order now. Yeah, I think it'll look better for the vid if I get the bigger one. So instead of a personal, I'll do a small.
You want to get this small?
That's like 10 inches? Yeah.
It's that one.
Ah, close enough, okay. All right, so yeah, I'll do that. And you said the Lou Malnati Classic is just sausage? All right, I'll do that.
That's the most popular.
All right.
So this picks up will take 35 minutes or so.
That's okay.
You need something before salad, calamari wings,
That's okay. I brought some my laptop. I'll just do some work while I wait.
There is an outlet right here in case you want to charge your laptop, okay?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Water okay?
Water's perfect.
Can I hold a credit card, please, if you don't mind?
Yes. Okay. Okay, now? Okay. All right, I mean, so again, like a deep dish just takes so long to cook, as you guys know, like 30 to 40 minutes. So I come in and I just place my order right away. I actually lost the footage of me ordering at Giordano's, or there was no sound. It's not that I lost it, it's that my mic ran out of battery, so I had to use my backup mic. But here at Lou Malnati, I was able to order real quick, and then we'll just wait. Now we play the waiting game. So yeah, right off the bat, I mean, I don't know if Lou Malnati is just way more hyped than Giordano's, or maybe it's because this is such a good location, like right by the Chicago River and the Mag Mile and stuff like that. So maybe there's just a ton of tourists and locals here. Maybe people taking breaks during lunch. Although with how long the pizza takes to cook, I can't imagine this would be feasible during a corporate lunch break, right? But even on a weekday for lunch, they said it's going to be a 40-minute wait for a table. But luckily, I was able to get a seat at the bar. Sorry if it's a little loud because people are chatting. And this place is packed. Unlike Giordano's, this place is really packed to the brim. So yeah, let me show you the menu. And they actually have a much smaller menu than Giordano's. Giordano's had a pretty big menu, like trying to, it seemed like trying to offer many selections. But here, this whole front page is, what is this thing? That almost looks like I thought that was like an octopus tentacle, but no, it's an arrow with just like dots or lights on it. It's a little weird. But anyways, this whole front page is actually only the pizza. So yeah, the server said the Lou Malnati Classic is what they're known for. And this one is only sausage. So I already ordered, I got a small Lou Malnati Classic. This one won't have mushroom like the one we got at Giordano's, but it does have a sausage. I think that's close enough. The Lou, a pizza so good, we gave it its name. Spinach. Yeah, I think this is what I had back then. I don't think I liked it. I think it was too healthy, too many vegetables. But yeah, I mean, maybe we'll try it next time if you guys like this vid. And then cheese deep dish. I think that's more if you want just cheese, and if you want to like customize it. And then, or no, this is if you want to customize it at the bottom here. So yeah, different options here. And here they do call it deep dish. They don't call it a stuffed pizza. Yeah, I have the box from Giordano's here still with my leftovers. So yeah, this is oh, I guess they call it stuffed deep dish, but tomato, I guess. And then they have their, of course, their thin crust, like I guess their tavern style at the bottom, and even crustless. So, okay, I guess they have a lot on the back too. I guess maybe they just don't really have a lunch special like Giordano's did. Bruschetta, yeah, let's see, chicken wings. Yeah, typical, very, very similar items. Salads. Do they have a Chicago chop salad? I don't think I see one. Maybe that was just made up at Giordano's. Is that an Italian beef? I think it's just a beef sandwich. No, not too many sandwiches. Kids menu, some drinks. Oh, they do have a lunch special, but it's really, really small. It's also about 15 bucks, slightly more expensive, but not by much. And then they got some pastas, a lot of standard Italian-American staples. And then some desserts, so that's it. That's Lou Malnati's. So, by the way, one thing that I've always liked about this place, Lou Malnati, is at least for me, I always felt like whenever I hear or say Lou Malnati, it sounds like Illuminati, secret society. So I guess here we're inside. I guess this is where people rule the world in secrets. Here inside this Chicago deep dish place. Yeah, this is the secret society here, I guess. So, yeah. Yeah, looks like I was able to pull some strings for you guys. Is the Illuminati worth the hype? Wonderful, thank you so much.
No, let me give you pork and knife.
Thank you.
Cheese right there, crushed pepper. Oh, that's not
Yeah, I'm actually, after the Giordano's, I'm not too hungry, so you can take this to go, actually.
Yeah, I'll pack some for you.
Yeah, wonderful, thank you. All right, guys, so we now have our Lou Malnati, I think the classic pizza they have. I forgot what it was technically called on the menu. Oh, sorry, I'll take my glasses off. But yeah, it's yeah, the one that's mostly just sausage. And let me show you what we got. So, to be honest, even though I only had one slice of the Giordano's pizza, I kind of tried to leave room for this. I'm already kind of full, and I'm already kind of food comaing a little bit, if I can be honest. I mean, it was a lot of cheese, a lot of carbs. It was kind of heavy. So, maybe you heard me saying that when he cut this for me, I said, you know what, just you can box the rest, because I'm definitely not going to be able to eat much of this. And he gave me a fork and knife, but I think if I'm able to pick it up, I'm still gonna do it. I don't know. I guess I'm used to the New York style of eating pizza. I like to eat it with my hands. Fork and knife might be, how they eat it in Italy even, but I think I'll eat it the way I like to eat it. But yeah, just gonna place it on top of my laptop. So yeah, while I was waiting, I mean, it was a 40-minute wait, so that's time that I can't really waste. So I was getting some editing done from a prior video. I think this is a lot of the kind of like behind the scenes of being a YouTuber that a lot of people don't really realize. There's a lot of misconceptions and myths out there. A lot of people think like, oh, is this someone like, messing around with a camera and then poof, they get this like perfectly edited video with like B-rolls and and all the right cuts and edits and music and everything. But no, it's a process. It takes a very long time to edit. So yeah, when you're a full-time creator, this is just how it goes. You just do work when you're able to do it, and it's definitely not an easy life, and it's definitely not for everyone, but I would love it, and I can't imagine doing anything else at this point in my life. So Lou Malnati versus Giordano's. This will be our 1-to-1 comparison, although technically without mushroom. So let's dive right in. Ooh. Now let's take a bite out of the edge of the crust. Wow. Thank you so much. It was very good.
Which one is better?
This is better. I'm not just saying that because you're here. This is better, definitely.
We know.
See, that's why he wasn't offended that I brought their box in here, because he's like, no, that's just a plate to eat off of. But all joking aside, anyways, now I got both of mine. I will say though that, yeah, so this is I think 9 inches. Giordano's is 10 inches. So yeah, I mean, an inch makes a big difference. That's what she said. Okay, sorry. I should keep this family friendly, but an inch can make a big difference in terms of like a diameter, circumference, so to say. But honestly, very, very good. I mean, it may be smaller and it's thinner. Giordano's was definitely a thicker pie, but I mean, quality over quantity, I think. I'd rather have better quality and less than, more, but less good quality, I guess you would say. Pretty much, I can't even think of anything that Giordano's does that's better. I mean, besides it just being bigger, I mean, I guess I like that Giordano's is a stuffed pizza, so I guess I like that top layer of dough on top, like it, kind of adds a nice extra crunch to the texture. So in this case, like when your teeth contact like the top, like the cheese and the sauce on top, I guess it kind of makes the texture just a little bit more soft and runny, I guess, but really, that really is like a big nitpick. I mean, just generally, I like this a lot better. I mean, like I said, even though this is fresh from the oven, the cheese, all right, so I didn't use the fork and knife, but, I'm glad I kept it. The cheese is just less, less liquidy, less stretchy, like it's a little bit more hard, so to say, like not as soft where it's running all over the place. Like you don't really have to wait for this to coagulate for it to be the right cheese texture, so to say. And the tomato sauce too, it's definitely sweeter, it's definitely zestier. Like the Giordano's one, the tomato sauce definitely tastes more like a, more like a cheaper canned tomato, like something you get at like Jewel Osco or back home it would be ShopRite or something like that. But way more generous with the sausage, like sausage flavor in many bites, and in Giordano's, they were not as generous with the sausage. They were kind of cheap, they were kind of stingy. And this pizza also, I think it kind of just has some better like flavorings, like some spices, some other things added to it just to amplify its flavor. Like it's not too simple. And also the crust too. I actually think the Giordano's crust has like a nice, pleasant sweetness, like a subtle sweetness, but this one, maybe it's not as sweet, but it's more buttery, it's more oily, it's more crispy, and maybe it's a tad oily, maybe a tad greasy for my taste, but very, very good. In fact, let's look at the bottom. What does Portnoy say? Let's check the undercarriage. I don't know, but yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of oily, and it actually tastes kind of nice, but I guess my one complaint is I feel like this is a little greasy, a little oily, a little bit like a pan pizza, sort of from like Pizza Hut or something, but guys, very, very, very good. I mean, this is a slam dunk victory, I would say. I mean, guys, yeah, I mean, I was gonna go outside and say which one was better, but because usually I like to do that, so other people don't hear. But here, I'm just gonna say it. I think it's okay if people overhear me. This was a slam dunk. I mean, Lou Malnati was definitely better. It wasn't even close. It's like Giordano's was the Kansas City Chiefs, and Lou Malnati was the Eagles last year. Oh, ho, ho, fighting words. Wow, wow, wow. Anyways, but very, very good. And I'm glad I decided not to just try one of them. I'm glad I decided to, you know, switch things up and do a comparison video, 2 spots in one vid. So kind of makes you appreciate both almost in different ways. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this vid. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna pay now and gotta hit the road since I do have some plans with friends tonight. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna see if I can try to get some work done before I have to go to St. Louis tomorrow for that wedding. This is the last video in Chicago, unfortunately. So I hope you guys liked it. It really is a great place. It really is a very beautiful place. It's a very in some ways, compared to New York, I think sometimes from a daily quality of life, like it can be a little less hectic, and there's a great food scene here. But both cities have their strengths and weaknesses. It kind of just comes down to, you know, what you like, so what you value. So, and of course, I know in the comments there's going to be a lot of opinionated people being like, oh, that's not pizza, that's not pizza, that's I don't know, that's casserole, that's soup or whatever. Honestly, who cares? I mean, like, what is pizza? Right? Like, first of all, whether it's pizza or not, like, does it matter as long as it tastes good? And secondly, how do you define what pizza is, right? Like cheese, tomato sauce, cheese, you know, on like some sort of a bread or something. I don't know. I think I see why this would be considered pizza, but you know what? If you want to call it something else, you want to call it like a hard focaccia or pie, pizza literally pie, then yeah, be my guest. But I prefer not to obsess over semantics. I care more about not technicalities and terminologies. I think as long as something tastes good, at least for me, just personally, just my opinion, as long as something tastes good, that's all I care about. So, but anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. And I really gotta hit the road. So, you know, what's your favorite deep dish place? Of course, let me know in the comments because great minds eat alike. And as always, if you like my vids, like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. So anyways, we gotta hit the road now. So after we pay. So until next time, I'll see you later.